11 races down in the 2024 Lenovo Pro Series season. And after this race here tonight, there'll just be 5 races left to go until we crown a champion here for this season. It's been a thrilling championship battle so far between 2 drivers, but we might have some maybe potentially seeping through the cracks as we get towards the tail end of the season, including our driver that won his first career race on the channel, last race out at the Dover Motor Speedway. But we're here for race number 12 on the season, traveling just up north. We're here in Long Pond, Pennsylvania, and this race is definitely going to be a tricky one here from the Tricky Triangle, the Pocono Raceway. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to race number 12 on the 2024 Lenovo Pro Series season. It's the Reese's 200 here from the Pocono Raceway. What's going on, everybody? Caleb here, and welcome to the Reese's 200 here from the Pocono Raceway, race number 12 on the 2024 Lenovo Pro Series season. It's been a great season so far up to this point, and it's been a thrilling championship battle between Stuart Gratton and Carson Miller. But they both had a pretty rough race last week at Dover, which led to Nathan Ajaboye snatching his first career win on the channel, and he's closed the gap a little bit. He's still quite a ways out, but maybe if he can string together some good results, maybe, just maybe, but we'll have to wait and see how things go. But yeah, we're here at the Pocono Raceway. This track is usually a lot of fun. I mean, last race we had here in this series, we had Will Parrish win the race going last to first. And the last time we were here in the Haas IndyCar series, we had that absolutely cinematic championship finale. But yeah, I'm sure we're in for a great race here today. It's going to be really interesting to see how everything develops, including this championship battle. Definitely going to be interesting to see how our championship contenders do here in this one. But taking a look at your point standings coming in, just to kind of get a clue of how everybody is sitting, it is Carson Miller still up at the top of the point standings. He's got a 13-point gap now to the 87 of Stuart Gratton. Gratton was the better of the two last race out at Dover, so we closed the gap just a little bit. But seems like one has the better run next week, the other then claps back the next week. Kind of been trading blows with each other, but the gap has kind of stayed steady. This has definitely been a very, very fun championship battle to watch. But taking a look further on down the point standings, Nathan Ajaboye, your winner at Dover, comes into this race third in points, 80 points behind Carson Miller. Then you got Angel Gutierrez in fourth, 92 points back. Bibi Ruiz comes in fifth, 93 back. Sammy Kamara comes in sixth in points, 97 back, tied with Matt Tuck. Joshua Harmon comes in 8th, 100 points back. Anthony Finelli comes in 9th, 103 back. And Tanner Barton currently rounds out your top 10 in points. Coming into this one, he is 106 points behind Carson Miller. And speaking of Carson Miller, he is going to be your pole sitter here for this one. He's starting on the pole position there in that 97 for NS Racing. Have to see what he can do here today. Stuart Gratton starting on the outside of row number 2. Have to see how he is going to fare from that outside lane. We will just have to wait and see how it all goes down here at the Pocono Raceway. Got 20 laps of action ahead of us here tonight around the Tricky Triangle, and should have a pit stop as well to watch out for later in the race. Gonna be a lot of fun, and we'll just have to wait and see how it all goes down. But with that being said, I think it's about time to get these guys rolling here from Pocono Raceway. And as they do, we'll take a quick look here at your starting lineup here for the Reese's 200 here from Pocono. As aforementioned, starting on the pole, we've got the number 97 of Carson Miller, and he is starting alongside the number 16. That is Richard Kingart there, driving for Thor's Ford Avalon Racing. Have to see what he can do there from that outside pole. Row number 2, we find the number 12 of Angel Gutierrez starting alongside the 87 of Stuart Bratton. Row 3, we find the number 43 of Kyle Bruce starting alongside the number 98 of Tanner Barton. Row 4, we've got the number 78 of Levi Light back behind the wheel once again, starting alongside last week's winner, the 4 of Nathan Ajaboye. And rounding out your top 10, we find the number 72 of Hallie Anderson Jr., starting alongside the number 28 of Matt Black. Making sure everyone's rolling off okay. Looks like we are good. Race info be on the bottom left-hand side of your screen. Looks like I mentioned, got a 20-lap race ahead of us here tonight. The usual 24 entries. And we'll have a pit stop later in the run. The window should be around lap 15. I think about 14 to 16 is the window we should start seeing these guys come in. So yeah, very late pit stop here from Pocono. It's probably what this race is kind of going to come down to, because after that it's just going to be a short, almost 5-lap dash to the finish. You want to try to make the most of these first 15 laps. Try to find your way up towards the front and set yourself up in a good position to maybe capitalize on that pit cycle and that 5-ish lap dash afterwards. But regardless of the fact, it's going to be a lot of fun here from Pocono Raceway, as it usually is. And here we come through turn 3. No turn 4 here. But through turn 3, coming down the front straightaway, the pace car is going to make a left-hand turn onto pit road. And it's going to be the 97 of Carson Miller and the 16 of Richard Kinghart's going to lead us to the green flag. We're racing here from the Reese's 200 here from Pocono. Off of turn 3, down the front straightaway, Carson Miller with the lead for the moment, but he's got a challenger. Here comes the 12 of Angel Gutierrez with a good run off of turn 3. They're going to be side by side down the front straightaway into turn number 1. Gutierrez looking to take the race lead away. Carson Miller trying to rip the outside lane, but Gutierrez does a good job at holding that bottom. And they're going to stay side by side down the Long Pond straightaway and into the tunnel turn. Kyle Bruce in the 43's made his way up to 3rd. Looking to maybe potentially get by the 97 for 2nd, as they're going to go side by side now, as Angel Gutierrez is going to clear Carson Miller for the race lead. And Kyle Bruce still looking to clear Carson Miller there for the 2nd position. It looks like he might do just that, coming through turn number 3, and he's going to do so as we come back down the front straightaway. New leader here on lap number 2. It's number 12 of Angel Gutierrez, now out in front. How about the number 4, Nathan Ajaboye? Last week's winner, looking to maybe potentially go 2 in a row here, as he's now underneath the 97 of Carson Miller for the 3rd position. Got the 78 of Levi Life up here. And how about the number 61? That is Lucas Talion, making his first start, I believe, here tonight. Great run so far from that 61. Started outside the top 10, I believe. And he's already on the verge of cracking the top 5. So great stuff there from the rookie driver. Carson Miller, though, back down to the inside of Kyle Bruce, looking to take the 2nd position away. Looks like he might do just that. He sees a pretty good opportunity here as Stuart Bratton has not been off to the best start. He's lost a ton of ground there in the 87. He's now back down into the 16th position. So not a good run so far from the 87. He's now under fire from another driver, I believe, making their first career start. That's the 27, Henry Brown. Looking to maybe potentially get around that 87, as now Gratton's following teammate Vinny Schulz there in the 64. All these guys, though, fighting for the second position as Angel Gutierrez tries to pull away with the race lead. It looks like Carson Miller's going to clear the 43 this time around through the tunnel turn. And now Nathan Ajaboy peeking to the inside. Big dive back here. That is the 81 of BB Ruiz, sending it to the inside of the 78 of Levi Lipe. He's going to take that spot away. And 16 of Richard Kingart, who kind of fell back a little bit on the start, looking to make his way back through the field. But got a lot of movement through the middle of the pack here, but about the front top 5 are kind of all single file and kind of just chilling right now. But you got the 12 of Angel Gutierrez still out in the lead, but Carson Miller looking to try and potentially run him down. Got the 61, Lucas Talion up into the 4th position. Looking to maybe potentially get by the 43 of Kyle Bruce, who is still fighting with the 97 of Carson Miller. He's got a big run through the tunnel turn. He's going to peek down to the inside as we go into turn 3. Going to try to take that spot away, and BB Ruiz in the 81 going after the 61 there for the 4th position. Looks like he's going to take that spot away. They're going to be side by side down the front straightaway, but the 61's going to kind of have the draft. But now the 81 has help from behind from the 4 of Ajaboye. Looking to maybe try and help him through there on the inside lane. Going through turn number 1, BB Ruiz is going to clear for the moment, but good rally on the top from the 61. Unfortunately, it's not going to be enough, and the 81 of Ruiz is going to clear for the 4th position. And now kind of joining this battle, we got the number 52, Sammy Kamara, looking to make his way towards the front. But still, it's just been all Angel Gutierrez out in front for the time being. After swiped the lead away from Carson Miller, he's been able to pull away just a little bit. We'll have to see if maybe these guys can run that 12 down now that they're all kind of single-filed out. Because Pocono is definitely a track where the draft comes into effect, especially down these long straightaways. So we'll have to see if Bruce can maybe get a little bit of air off the 12 and potentially try and run him down for the lead. Good peek where the 87 of Grattan is. He's not really made much progress there in the 87. He's made his way up to the 14th position. Looks like he might have actually passed a couple cars since then. He's gotten by the 64 and the 3. So I believe he's probably up into the 12th position now, and he is on the inside. Now looking to the inside of the 98 of Tanner Parton, looking to take, I believe, the 11th spot away. Gonna dive it down to the inside, and he's going to clear for the 11th position. As for the race lead, how about Kyle Bruce? Said that these guys might be able to form up a run on the 12 if they stay single file, and the 43 now taking a peek to the inside. Carson Miller's peeking 3 wide, not going to get close enough just yet, and is going to stay in line, but these two are going to go side by side for the race lead. Still side by side off of turn number 1. And down the long pond straightaway, Gutierrez has a bit of a run on the top, and the drafting help from Carson Miller, but Bruce is going to stay down the inside. Ruiz, pretty much out of nowhere, dives it underneath of Carson Miller, and he's going to take that spot away. These guys, though, they're still side by side for the race lead through turn 3 once again. This is exciting stuff, as these two are giving it their absolute all. Bruce might be clear off of turn number 3. BB Ruiz is going to stay in line behind the 43, maybe help him through, and yes, Kyle Bruce has cleared for the race lead as we come to lap number 9, but now here comes the 81. BB Ruiz taking a peek to the inside for that race lead. Side by side down the long pond straightaway. Kyle Bruce trying to hold on that outside lane, but Ruiz is going to send it in on the inside. Kyle Bruce, I think, is clear for the time being, and Ruiz is going to kind of block the 61 there of Lucas Talion from getting to his outside. So the 81's going to stay in second for the time being. Got Talion up into the 3rd position, Kingart in 4th. Gutierrez still right now is going to round out your top 5. And you got the 88 of Spencer Lee in 6th. Levi Lipe side by side with Carson Miller for 7th. And here we go once again for the race lead. Ruiz got a big draft down the front straightaway, and now side by side once again with the 43 of Kyle Bruce. And Bruce with a good run on the outside. He's going to hold the lead once again for the time being. Ruiz, though, sends it down the inside into the tunnel turn, and they're going to stay side by side for the time being. Richard Kinghart in the 16 looking to get up here. But Ruiz clear for the race lead through turn 3. And once again, the lead's going to change hands as we come to complete lap number 10. Now it's the 81 Pocono Racing Enterprises Ford of BB Ruiz right now out in front. Going side by side for the second position. Richard Kinghart is going to get by the 43 of Kyle Bruce. So is the 12 of Angel Gutierrez. Just barely going to clear off of turn number 1. Also got the 88 of Spencer Lee looking to make up some spots. Trying to get to the inside of Lucas Talley, and he's going to get to the inside of the 61, and Bruce is going to get back down to the inside of the 12 of Gutierrez. For the race lead, here comes the 16, Richard Kinghart. Now looking to make his move, and he's going to clear Ruiz for the lead. My goodness, this is fantastic stuff so far from Pocono. You'd think this is back on equal ratings, the way that everyone's kind of just cycling out to the lead and then getting run down from the cars behind, but that just shows you just how important the draft is here at Pocono, especially down these long straightaways. But we're getting close to that pit cycle, and the tires are starting to wear just a little bit, and it's kind of starting to string out just a little bit. Bruce with a big dive down to the inside through the tunnel turn. Also got the 88 of Spencer Lee up into the third position for the time being. And Bruce dives it down to the inside through turn number 3, looking to take that race lead back away from the 16 of Richard Kinghart. And he's going to make that look easy. Kyle Bruce back to the race lead as we come to complete lap number 12. Here comes the 88 of Spencer Lee looking to get to the inside of his teammate for the second position. Baby Ruiz in the 81 also back up here. Going to stay in behind the 16. Now going to cut down to the inside. Or at least attempt to cut down to the inside, but tires are starting to get kind of worn now, so definitely makes moves like that a little bit difficult. But the battle for the lead at the moment is between Kyle Bruce, Spencer Lee, and we also got the 16 of Richard Kinghart closing back up to the back bumper of the 88. And Kinghart's going to jump down to the inside. He's going to send it into turn 3, and he's going to take that spot away. Matt Tuck dives it down to the inside of Carson Miller. Looking to get by that 97 and maybe help an old friend out as Stuart Gratton still not doing the best. I think he's right outside the top 10 right now. He's in the 12th position. Ruiz kind of blocks Matt Tuck there all the way down to the inside going into turn number 1. Pocono Racing Enterprises teammates right there. It looked really strong towards the start of the season, but kind of ran into some struggles throughout the middle of the season, but showing some pace so far once again here from Pocono. To see if maybe one of those cars walks away with the win here today, but we're on to lap number 14 now, and maybe we might start seeing some of these guys come down the pit lane, and I think Kyle Bruce, yes he is, he's going to be the first one down in that number 43, trying to pull an undercut on everybody. Yes, we got contact. Back here, and the yellow flag is out. Gratton has damage to the front end of the 87, and that's the 72, and the 4 also damaged as well. Don't know when the caution came out exactly, but it might heavily benefit all these guys that just came down the pit lane if they made it in before the pit lane closed. But heavy damage to the 72 of Hallie Anderson Jr., damage for the 4 of Nathan Ajaboye, and probably the heaviest hitter on all this. You got heavy front end damage to the 87 of Stuart Gratton. I don't know if there was a stack up coming into the pit lane or what, but a lot of cars with some heavy damage after this one, and I have to see how everything shakes out after this. Spencer Lee in the 88. Not entirely sure what he's up to. It looks like, I don't know if he's going to try and stretch it to the end. It looks like that might be what he's trying to do. And it looks like he's going to be the only one to stay out. Don't know if I like that call or not. We'll have to see if he is able to save enough under the caution flag. Just have to wait and see, but here comes all these guys down to the pit lane, and have to see if we have any retirements because of this. Looks like Stuart Gratton is going to stay in the race. Looks like they're going to try to fix that thing up. Looks like everybody that was involved in that's going to try to just fix the cars up and get them back out there. Just going to rip the hood off of the 72 of Hallie Anderson Jr. But they'll probably do the same to the 87 of Stuart Gratton. But got a late race yellow here from Pocono right as the pit cycle kicks off, and it's the 88 of Spencer Lee staying out, potentially trying to stretch the fuel. I have to see how things all play out here from Pocono, but let's take a look at what brought us under the caution flag, and we'll get you all back to the restart here from the Reese's 200 here from Pocono. Well, I thought this might be a stack-up caused by everybody coming in the pit lane, but I don't even know if it was that. You're going to see here the 7 of Anthony Hernandez is going to kind of dive it into the corner and make contact with the 4 of Nathan Ajaboy, and is going to spin him around going into turn 3, and just nowhere for the 87 of Gratton to go. Same for the 72 of Hallie Anderson Jr. Just unfortunate victims taken out in this one. But I don't really know what exactly happened there. Maybe a bit of over-aggression here as we get closer to the pit cycles. Who knows? But regardless of the fact, what we do know is that Ajaboy, Anderson Jr., and Stuart Gratton are junked after that one. They'll be able to continue, luckily, but they have some destroyed race cars there, so definitely going to take them out of contention for this one. So tough break for all those guys involved. Taking a look here at full speed, coming into turn 3. Ajaboy does come over to the left just a little bit, but fortunately simultaneously you got the 7 of Anthony Hernandez making a big dive into the corner, gets into the 4, spins him around, and like I said, just absolutely nowhere for Stuart Gratton or Hallie Anderson Jr. to go. But kind of weirdly enough, they all pretty quickly gathered it back together and kept it going. But that is going to trigger the yellow flag here from Pocono right as we get into the pit cycle. And that's really going to benefit all these guys that just came down, as they're not going to have to pit under the yellow flag. So definitely have to wait and see how that all shakes out. But had one car stay out under the caution flag. That was the 88 of Spencer Lee. Have to wait and see how this thing all shakes out. We have a late race restart here from the Reese's 200 here from the Pocono Raceway. Welcome back to the Reese's 200 here from the Pocono Raceway, wrapping up our first and hopefully only caution of the night here from the Pocono Raceway. What I guess appeared to be a bit of a stack-up in turn number 3, as a lot of split-second decisions of guys coming to pit road might have caused a little bit of shenanigans. But it's going to set us up for a late race, 3 to go restart here from Pocono. And it's going to be the number 43 of Kyle Bruce out in front. Spencer Lee, I guess, tried staying out under that caution, thought better of it, and came to pit road for service. And Unfortunately, with that late decision, that's going to put him at the tail end of the field. So a tough break for that 88 machine. But even after all that, still got all 24 cars on the racetrack. Everybody is still on the lead lap. Have to wait and see how things all play out here as we come to 3 laps to go here from Pocono. But coming back to the green flag on lap number 18, your top 10 is going to be the 43 of Kyle Bruce, the 81 of Bibi Ruiz, the 78 of Levi Light, the 12 of Angel Gutierrez, 61 Lucas Tallien, 64 Vinny Scholes, got the 9 of Alexander Rowe, the 98 of Tanner Parton, and the 16 of Richard Kingart. Coming down the front stretch, though, we're back green flag racing here from Pocono. Kyle Bruce leads the field back to the green. We've got 3 laps to go here from the Reese's 200. Already got some guys jumping out of line. Notably got the number 12, Angel Gutierrez, trying to go after the number 78 of Levi Light there for the 3rd position. 43, Kyle Bruce trying to pull ahead a little bit there off of turn number 1. How about the 64, Vinny Scholes, your reigning Lenovo Pro Series, Rowdy Energy Pro Series champion, has made limited starts so far this season and has really struggled, but showing some pace here so far. Pocono for the race lead, though. Here comes the 81. Bibi Ruiz down to the inside of the 43 of Bruce through turn 3, looking to take that race lead away. Levi Lipe in the 78. Right in behind, going to go to the inside, trying to help Ruiz through. Maybe even try to go for a move himself. Coming down the front straightaway, 2 laps to go. As we go into turn number 1, big move down to the inside. How about Vinny Scholes? 3 wide through turn number 1. Not going to quite work out there, but a daring move by the 61. Scholes has got some pace here tonight. She wants to win this thing. She wants to prove that she still got it, but up front, Bibi Ruiz trying to pull away a little bit from the 78 of Levi Lipe, who got a little bit loose there through the tunnel turn. Angel Gutierrez in the 12, maybe potentially looking for a way around the 78 of Levi Lipe. But out in front, it's the number 81 of Bibi Ruiz, going to come off of turn number 3 and take the white flag. 1 lap to go. Here from the Reese's 200 at Pocono for Bibi Ruiz and Dracoan Racing Enterprises. I do believe this would probably be Bibi Ruiz's first win on the channel if he were to pull this off. So, might get 2 first-time winners in a row. Angel Gutierrez looking at the inside of the 78. Looking to take that 2nd position away through the tunnel turn. Here we go into turn 3. 1 more shot from all these guys behind. But I don't think they're going to be close enough. Off of turn number 3. Welcome to Victory Lane. We got a new first-time winner. It's going to be Bibi Ruiz. Going to take the checkered flag and win the Reese's 200 here from Pocono. How about that for Bibi Ruiz and Dracoan Racing Enterprises? I believe that is another first-time winner on the channel. It was Nathan Ajaboy last week, and this week, it's Bibi Ruiz. How about that? What a race, and what a win for Ruiz. Absolutely fantastic stuff here from the Pocono Raceway. And taking a quick glance, Stuart Grattan coming home in the 23rd position. And Carson Miller in the 97 finishing in the 11th spot. So Miller gonna pull away a little bit in points this week. Like I mentioned pre-race, it seems that whenever one of them has a good run, the other one collapses back next week. And a little bit of post-race shenanigans. Kind of a norm here from Pocono. But man, oh man. What a race once again. And what a win for Pocono Racing Enterprises and BP Ruiz. Taking a look here at your finishing result here from Pocono. BP Ruiz comes home with the race win. Angel Gutierrez comes home with a second place finish, and Vinny Schulz gonna come home with a third place finish, I believe. That might be her first top 5 on the season. Which is kind of crazy to say, considering, I mean, that's the reigning series champion we're talking about. But my goodness. Yeah, that is Vinny Schulz's first top 5 on the season. So good stuff there for her. Levi Light comes on with a 4th place finish. Kyle Bruce comes on with a top 5. And then taking a look further on down the field, Alexander Rowe comes home in 6th. Lucas Talion comes home 7th. Good run there for the rookie driver. Tanner Parton comes home in 8th. Richard Kingart comes home 9th. And Matt Tuck is going to round out your top 10. But my, what a race here from Pocono. Like I said pre-race, this track absolutely cooks and always produces great racing. And this race was absolutely no different. But next race is going to be a crazy one. Arguably, probably the craziest race of the season. Because next week, we are going dirt track racing. That's right. We're heading to the Eldora Speedway next Tuesday, November 12th at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the Skyline Chili Bowl. That one ought to be a lot of fun. I've been looking forward to that race about all season long. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Can't wait. Can't wait for that one. Like I said, that'll be going up next Tuesday. Going back to Tuesdays for the races. All the following races will be on Tuesday, except for the finale at Talladega. But yeah, next Tuesday, November 12th at 7 p.m. Eastern. Sign-ups for which will be going up later tonight, or maybe it's already gone up, who knows, but tonight at 7:30 p.m. Eastern will be sign-ups for Eldora. So hope to see you all there, but once again, congratulations to the 81 of BP Ruiz and Pocono Racing Enterprises for winning the Reese's 200 here from Pocono. And I will see you all in Eldora. Y'all take care and have a good one. Here is your point standings after race number 12 on the season.